We're joined today by UT Dallas head baseball coach Shane Shewmake, entering his 20th season with the Comets this spring. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here.
The 2020 season got off to a great start for your Comets last year, and before it was shut down in March. Offense was working, pitching was working, everything seemed to be clicking early on through the first 16 games of the season. You're bringing a majority of all that talent back this year. What was going right last year? And what can you move forward to 2021 to use all that talent?
One of the things with our group, we had a lot of transfers, and you never know how they're going to respond with playing together. But we had a lot of really good leadership that brought the guys together. And like you said, it was clicking. We were playing really good defense, pitching really well, and hitting the ball all over the park.
One of those transfers is A.J. Liu, outfielder for you, hit almost 500, 11 extra base hits, 16 RBI in 16 games. He reached base in all but one game. He came off starting his Comet career on fire. Talk about A.J. Liu, what kind of player he is on and off the field, and what we expect from him now in his second year with the program.
Well, he's a great student, number one, but he's also a great person on and off the field. I know his teammates enjoy having him around, but as far as a player, you couldn't ask for more. A guy was on fire for the first 16 games last year, and just steady. Had great at bats. It didn't matter if a guy was throwing 92 or 82 or 85. He was going to put a quality at bat up there, and I expect more from him just like that this year.
As you mentioned, there were a lot of talented players offensively on that squad last year that are also back. Can you touch on a few that you expect to be key contributors for 2021?
We've got several guys coming back. We didn't lose many that ended up graduating off of last year's roster. So most of these guys are back, but guys like Nick Bali, who played shortstop for me last year, did a really good job. Chandler Boyd was a great addition. Those guys are a couple of transfers that came in and really helped AJ do what he did, because we had some offense around him that the other teams were afraid to pitch to those guys, and sometimes AJ was the benefactor of that.
Not to be left out, but your pitching staff was doing their job last spring as well. You had a couple of pitchers that were really top-notch early on in their seasons, in Carter Cochran and Blake Birdwell. Talk about those two returning arms, and let's go into what we can expect from that starting rotation here in 2021.
You'll see both of those guys in the starting rotation again this year. Just outstanding leaders, outstanding pitchers that really led the way for us. And we've got some young guys that are going to join them. Ryan VERA, who's not necessarily a young guy, but he's been throwing the ball really, really well this fall and early spring, and is a guy that's going to get a lot of innings. We've got some transfers that we're mixing in, and some young guys with some good arms that are really going to bolster our pitching staff. And we felt really good about it last year and like it even more this year.
Okay, Coach, in addition to all those returning players, we see some new names and new faces spotted throughout this roster in 2021. Can you give us an idea of who are some of these players will be key contributors for 2021?
We've added a few transfers this fall that guys that have a chance to really help us. Zach Vorst is an infielder, third baseman, transferred in from a junior college that has the chance to make an impact right away. Ramon Garza is an outfielder, infielder type that transferred in at semester that will probably have a chance to make a really big impact for us as well. Marcos Villegas is another outfielder that has a chance to do some things for us. And obviously we brought in some freshmen as well that are going to be able to help throughout the year. So we're looking forward to mixing the old with the new and seeing what we come up with.
With the solid start last year, going 8-1 in conference play, your team is going to have some bullseyes on their backs this year. By every team that comes in here, they saw how good this team was going to be last year. They all will know that this team is capable of being a conference championship team in 2021. How do you focus week in and week out in this ASC? Going to be a tough weekend every weekend of the season.
We've already talked to our guys a little bit about that teams know who we are. There's no surprises anymore, no secrets. So I think that our guys have kind of accepted that challenge. They've been working hard in practice, and they understand what's ahead of them, and they know every weekend in the ASC is going to be a battle, and they better bring it because, like you say, we will have a target on our back after starting 8-1 last year, but I think our guys are ready for that.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you giving us some time today. The Comets open the season February 12th through the 14th at a tournament over in Cleburne before opening up things at home on February 16th against Texas Wesleyan. Coach, good luck this season.
Thank you very much.